Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we're going to catch you up on some events that took place in Canada, Alabama, and over on the other channel. You know, some of you may remember or may have participated in the live stream we did over there to raise money for a homeless camp in Canada and Christmas presents for the children of miners who are on strike in Alabama. Those two little projects have been completed, so we're going to kind of give you a rundown on it. Now, when it came to Canada, well, I didn't drive up there. You know, we just sent the money to Aaron over on the channel Re-Education, and he went and did all the shopping and dropped it off. He posted photos to Twitter about it. It's pretty heartwarming. You know, they kind of insisted that he sit down and have a meal with them. It's good stuff. When it came to Brookwood, Alabama, when it came to the miner strike, I drove it up there. Got there a little bit earlier than Hayden told me to, so I had some time to waste and drove around town. Yard signs everywhere, all over town. The miners definitely have support in that community. Stopped and got some fried pickles because, you know, it's Alabama. And then went over to the hall, to their meeting hall. Still wasn't open yet, so I had to wait around a little bit. And then they all showed up at once. It's like that coordination. It was apparent from the very beginning. Doors opened and we started unloading stuff, unloading supplies. And then when I walked into that room, into that hall, looked around, food all over the walls, canned food, stockpiled, grocery bags prepared so people could come in and grab them if they were in a hurry, school supplies, hygiene. Looked really familiar to me. Looked exactly like the little supply depots that sprung up around here after Hurricane Michael. That's how devastating a strike is. That's how much planning and logistics it takes to pull it off for months on end. You have to have that kind of organization to back it up. You have to have the organization that can keep people fed and clothed and getting the necessities they need. You know, I sat there and I talked to people who had worked for that company, worked in that mine since the 1980s. Heard stories about the miners that they'd lost. Saw kids running around that union hall playing. Really reinforced the sense of community that they have. And after I delivered the funds that were raised, you know, they invited me to go to a strike rally. And it's right around the corner. It's a very small town. It's on a baseball diamond, you know. And showed up, and that sense of community, that level of coordination and organization, it was there. You could see it. All of these people standing out in that field, talking, just kind of experiencing that shared struggle that they have. And while people were talking, and when the speakers started, you know, kind of riling everybody up, they were talking about all the support that they had from all over the world, different unions expressing solidarity. Didn't see a lot of U.S. politicians, though, you know, which is weird to me because it's political gold. It is political gold. You know, Striketober, that was a thing. There was so much union and labor movement activity. It seems like there should have been more support coming from the elected officials down there in Alabama. But didn't really seem forthcoming. And that's the sad part about it, because that's kind of the way the history of the labor movement in the United States works. There's a spark. something that sets it all into motion, that reignites the movement, right? Then there's a bunch of activity, a surge of activity that occurs. And then as they get concessions from the companies, well, it kind of dies out. It's the way it has always worked. It's very cyclical. The Striketober for this mine, it's been going on like 8 months. They were the spark this time. They were the thing that set all of this in motion. I have no doubt that some of the people I met will have their names written down when the next chapter in the labor movement history is written here in the United States. Now, for your part, it is worth noting that every kid who asked for, or who had a family who asked for help, got it. So Solidarity Santa came through. And y'all played a part in that. But a big takeaway here is that sense of community, the logistics, the planning that it takes to pull something like this off can be applied to anything. If you have the ability to foster that kind of camaraderie, that kind of community, that kind of network around you, it can only make your community better. It can only improve the lives of the people around you. It's definitely one of those things that, even if it is difficult to start, it's worth doing, because you can weather storms, whether they be hurricanes or they be, other kinds of issues that impact the entire community. And it makes it a whole lot easier to bargain for what you want and to create the kind of world you want. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.